When did the kids have to be the adults? I was on the school bus when the emergency alert blasted through everyone's phones. Flash flood warning. Seek higher ground immediately. Avoid all low water crossings. I yelled from the front seat, "Mr. Brown, there's a flood," but Brown just pressed harder on the gas. I've driven this route for 15 years. Little water never hurt anyone. The rain was coming down so hard we could barely see through the windows. Jason tried showing him his phone with the emergency alert. "Sir, it says all vehicles should—" Brown snatched the phone and shoved it in his pocket. "No phones on my bus. You know the rules." The water was racing across the road now, brown and churning with branches and debris. My hands were already shaking as we headed straight for it. The bus hit the water and immediately jerked sideways. Younger kids in the back started screaming as muddy water rose up to the door seals. Brown yanked the wheel hard, and the bus violently swung from side to side. "See? I got this under control." A silver flash slid out from under his seat during the violent turn. His words were slightly slurred. "Just need to gun it through this little puddle." My heart was hammering so hard I could even hear it over the rain. The water kept rising on the road, getting thicker with debris. Then the engine sputtered and died right in the middle of the flood. Brown kept grinding the ignition over and over. "Stupid new buses. Piece of junk." He turned to face us while we begged to be let out. "Shut your mouths before I write up every last one of you." That's when I smelled it. Beer. My stomach dropped as I connected the dots. We were trapped in a flood with a drunk driver. Before I could react, he turned back around and got the ignition going. When he wasn't looking, I speed texted into our group chat. "I think Brown is drunk." Other kids were starting to notice too. His bloodshot eyes, the way he kept missing the radio buttons, his shaking hands. A second grader piped up innocently, "Why does it smell like my dad's beer?" Jason, the class clown, went completely white. "Yo, is Mr. D actually wasted right now?" Sally insisted. "We should report this properly when we get to school." Bradley stood up. "We need to get off this bus now." Brown whipped around, stumbling slightly. "You think you're in charge, tough guy? I've been driving since before your parents were born." Water was hitting the windows now. My whole body was trembling. I bolted for the emergency exit and pulled hard. Nothing. It had been disabled last week after kids kept setting it off as pranks. Panic clawed at my throat. "It's locked!" I screamed. More kids rushed to help me pull. We were all yanking on it together. We were on a rural route in heavy rain with no cell signal and no houses for miles.